Diego Lopes already has his eyes set on when he'd like to step back into the octagon. Fresh off a headlining win at Noche UFC in San Antonio, Lopes delivered a statement performance, stopping Jean Silva with a second-round TKO. The victory marked a strong rebound after his unsuccessful title challenge against Alexander Volkanovski back in April, and it reaffirmed why Lopes has quickly become one of the most entertaining names in the featherweight division. Speaking with Danny Segura on Hablemos MMA, Lopes revealed that he'd like to fight again before the year closes out. "Yeah, of course, definitely," Lopes said in Spanish. "I had a 7-day suspension, and Monday I returned to the gym to train. People know I like to fight. I'm never too heavy. I'm never the person that goes, 'Oh, I need 3 or 4 months to prepare for a fight.' No, I'm not that type of person. The type of person that I am is someone that the UFC can call and ask to fight next week. I'll catch a flight, and I'm there to fight. So yeah, if the UFC wants me to fight in December, I'm there." Although Lopes hasn't had formal talks with the UFC about his next bout, he feels his performance against Silva will have matchmakers eager to book him again. More importantly, Lopes knows he brings the kind of excitement that both the UFC and fans crave. "Fans want fighters who bring action every time," Lopes explained. "That's what I give them." The Mexican-Brazilian featherweight has quickly built a reputation for his aggressive style, slick submission skills, and willingness to take on tough challenges without hesitation. That combination has made him a fan favorite and kept him hovering near the top of the division. If Lopes can string together more wins like the one in San Antonio, it seems inevitable that he'll find himself back in the title picture. For now, he's keeping himself in shape, ready for the phone to ring. Whether it's December or sooner, Lopes made it clear he's always on standby to deliver another show under the UFC spotlight. The Professional Fighters League has confirmed 2 high-stakes title fights for their PFL Lyon event, scheduled for December 13th, marking the promotion's final landmark event of 2025. The event will take place at the LDLC Arena in Lyon, France, and the main event will feature a clash for the Heavyweight World Championship, pitting Vadim Nemkov, 18-2, against Renan Ferreira, 13-4. Both fighters bring impressive resumes into the cage, and the stakes could not be higher, as the winner will claim the PFL heavyweight crown in front of an enthusiastic French MMA crowd. In the co-main event, one of women's MMA's most iconic figures, Cris Cyborg, 28-2, will defend her featherweight world title against unbeaten rising star Sarah Collins, 6-0. Collins has captured the attention of fans worldwide with her flawless record and dynamic skill set, setting the stage for a compelling matchup against the veteran powerhouse Cyborg. PFL CEO John Martin expressed his excitement for the event, praising French MMA fans for their growing enthusiasm and support. "French MMA fans have been tremendous supporters of the PFL, and we are proud to deliver a card worthy of their passion and loyalty," Martin said. On December 13th at the LDLC Arena in Lyon, fans will experience some of the biggest names and most exciting matchups in the sport, a true showcase of world champions, rising stars, and hometown heroes. Updated main card, Saturday, December 13th, LDLC Arena, Lyon, France. Heavyweight world title, main event, Vadim Nemkov, 18-2, versus Renan Ferreira, 13-4. Women's featherweight world title, co-main event, Cris Cyborg, 28-2, versus Sarah Collins, 6-0. The PFL's move into Lyon highlights the growing impact of French MMA, which has steadily built a passionate fan base over the past several years. Establishing a marquee event in France aligns with the promotion's strategy of expanding its presence in Europe and positioning itself as a viable alternative to the UFC. This high-profile event will not only draw attention to the heavyweight and women's featherweight divisions, but also showcase the depth and talent across the PFL roster. As excitement builds, fans are now waiting to see how the promotion will fill out the remainder of the card. With the main and co-main events set to deliver top-tier action, the supporting bouts will likely offer a compelling mix of rising talent and established fighters, promising an entertaining and action-packed evening for MMA enthusiasts in Lyon and around the world. Dana White's Contender series returned for Week 7, delivering a night packed with chaos, skill, and unforgettable drama. The women's flyweight bout between Gisela Chavez and Sofia Montenegro quickly became one of the bloodiest and most intense matchups in DWCS history. From the opening bell, both fighters threw caution and fists to the wind, leaving spectators and commentators alike in awe. While Chavez walked away with a decision, Dana White had a surprise twist in store that stole the spotlight. The fight itself was a masterclass in resilience and heart. Chavez, a former ring girl, withstood Montenegro's early flurries and even stunned her opponent with a powerful strike in the second round. Montenegro, never backing down, roared back in the final frame, dropping Chavez and unleashing punishing ground and pound in an attempt to end the fight decisively. The intensity was palpable, with commentators Dan Hellie remarking, both of them looking like Terminators with the blood all over their face, while Laura Sanko highlighted Chavez's incredible transformation from ring girl to formidable competitor. After 3 exhausting rounds, the judges awarded Chavez a split decision victory, but Dana White openly disagreed with the outcome. "I didn't have Chavez winning the fight, I had Sofia winning the fight, but I'm not a judge," White said. In an unprecedented move, he awarded both fighters UFC contracts, recognizing their heart, skill, and the entertainment they provided. "What I can do is sign both of you. Congratulations to both of them. Absolute war," he added, marking a watershed moment in DWCS history, where both the winner and the loser earned a UFC spot. This approach isn't new for White. He previously signed Carlos Candelario despite a controversial loss in 2021, valuing potential and performance over the official scorecards. The Chavez vs. Montenegro clash will be remembered not only for its brutality and drama, but also for its unexpected conclusion, with both women carrying DWCS momentum into the UFC. Their performances underscore why the Contender series continues to be a proving ground for elite talent, setting the stage for an exciting 2025 season. Week 7 was not just about this epic battle. Dana White handed out 6 UFC contracts across 10 fighters, emphasizing that dominance, skill, and potential can weigh as heavily as judges' decisions. Rafael Tobias of Brazil opened the night with a first-round submission over Jair de Oliveira, securing his place in the light heavyweight division. Javier Reyes followed with a first-round knockout of short-notice replacement Justice Torres, claiming his spot in the featherweight division. Murtazali Magomedov extended his unbeaten streak with a TKO over Brian Zurcher, while Lithuanian Montas Kondratavičius finished Johnny Barbier in the main event, earning what White described as a no-brainer UFC contract. Alongside these dominant performances, Chavez and Montenegro's double contract highlighted the Contender series' unique philosophy: heart, resilience, and entertainment can be just as crucial as victory. Week 7 once again demonstrated why DWCS is the premier platform for UFC hopefuls, blending spectacular finishes with performances that leave a lasting impression on fans and the promotion alike. This week's card was a potent reminder that in the Contender series, it's not just about winning, it's about showing the world you have what it takes to compete at the highest level.
Jon Jones is setting ambitious goals, both inside and outside the octagon, as he continues to expand his legacy in MMA. While he is still eyeing a spot on the UFC White House card, a unique event that could serve as a capstone to his legendary fighting career, he has also embraced a new role as a coach, mentoring Olympic gold medalist wrestler Gable Stevenson in his transition to MMA. Stevenson wasted no time making an impact, securing a 98-second victory in his first MMA bout earlier this month. Jones admitted that witnessing such a dominant debut felt almost like cheating, given the level of talent and commitment Stevenson brings to the sport. For Jones, finding an athlete of Stevenson's caliber was what convinced him to step into coaching. "It's not a matter of if he can, it's a matter of when," Jones told fans on X when asked if Stevenson could become a UFC champion. "I've had many great teammates over the years, but I've always said, if I would ever be a coach, it would have to be a wrestler who was completely committed to success. I found my guy, and I'm excited to add World Championship coach to my resume. Jones's coaching move highlights his ability to identify elite talent and maximize it. Stevenson, 25, has shown remarkable adaptability and skill, but his journey is just beginning. His next challenge will come outside traditional MMA. On October 30, he will transition to dirty boxing in DBX4, facing Billy Swanson. The promotion is co-owned by Jones and Mike Perry, creating a unique mentorship and promotional dynamic. Fans are eager to see how Stevenson adapts without relying solely on his wrestling background, which has been his greatest weapon to date. Meanwhile, Jones remains focused on his personal goals. The UFC White House card represents a once-in-a-lifetime stage where he hopes to close out his legendary fighting career with one last memorable victory. By balancing coaching, promoting, and potentially fighting, Jones continues to cement himself not just as one of the greatest competitors, but also as a pivotal figure shaping the next generation of fighters. Jones's dual role as coach and contender demonstrates his long-term vision, nurturing elite talent like Stevenson while keeping the door open for his own historic return to the octagon, ensuring that his influence on the sport extends far beyond his own fights.
Paddy Pimblett is making it clear that he's willing to go straight into enemy territory to chase his UFC lightweight title dream against Ilia Topuria. The two fighters have had a long-running feud, and with the division heating up, all signs indicate that a matchup between them could be next. While a high-profile fight in Las Vegas would be expected, Pimblett is eager for the bout to take place in Spain, relishing the idea of defeating Topuria in front of his home fans. "I want to fight Ilia whenever, wherever," Pimblett told Elderbird in MMA. "I'd love to come to Bernabeu and punch your face in. Do it in Spain in front of your fake countrymen because you're really German. I'd love to come and punch your face in front of 90,000 people in the Bernabeu in enemy territory for me because the Bernabeu is a shithole." Although Pimblett's focus is clearly on Topuria, he remains open to the idea of taking a #1 contender fight first if that's the path to the title. Regardless of whether he faces Topuria directly or another top-ranked lightweight, Pimblett insists his next fight will be against someone ranked higher than him, ensuring that he continues to climb the division ladder without taking a step backward. Confidence oozes from Pimblett when discussing the potential showdown. He is not merely planning to win, he envisions a decisive and violent finish over Topuria. "I can see so many ways that I finish him," Pimblett said. "Everyone thinks that on the feet it would be a one-sided fight. I can see myself knocking him out. Kicks and knees and elbows. I'm not going to do what Charles did and come out and have a boxing match with him because I know he's a very good boxer. I respect his hands, I respect him as a fighter, he's very good. But once I get on top of him, he wouldn't get back up, he wouldn't be able to. I'd elbow him that many times that he looks like the Elephant Man." Although Pimblett's focus is clearly on Topuria, he remains open to the idea of taking a #1 contender fight first if that's the path to the title. Regardless of whether he faces Topuria directly or another top-ranked lightweight, Pimblett insists his next fight will be against someone ranked higher than him, ensuring that he continues to climb the division ladder without taking a step backward. Confidence oozes from Pimblett when discussing the potential showdown. He is not merely planning to win, he envisions a decisive and violent finish over Topuria. "I can see so many ways that I finish him," Pimblett said. "Everyone thinks that on the feet it would be a one-sided fight. I can see myself knocking him out. Kicks and knees and elbows. I'm not going to do what Charles did and come out and have a boxing match with him because I know he's a very good boxer. I respect his hands, I respect him as a fighter, he's very good. But once I get on top of him, he wouldn't get back up, he wouldn't be able to. I'd elbow him that many times that he looks like the Elephant Man." Pimblett also believes his emotional intensity will give him an edge over Topuria. He thinks he has the mental upper hand and expects Topuria to respond differently than he does against other opponents. "That's the thing, when I fight him, he's never fought with emotion before," Pimblett added. "He goes into every fight calm and calculated. With me, I'm already in his head. He's not going to fight me like he fights everyone else. He's going to try and take my head off, and he's going to get his head took off in the process." Currently ranked 7th in the UFC lightweight division, Pimblett is steadily working his way towards a title shot. But his confidence, aggression, and willingness to fight in hostile territory demonstrate that he's ready to make a statement and cement himself as one of the division's most dangerous contenders. If he gets the next title shot, fans can expect a high-intensity, potentially brutal battle that could finally settle the long-standing feud with Topuria once and for all.
Carlos Ulberg is gearing up for what could be the defining moment of his career when he faces former title challenger Dominick Reyes in the UFC Perth main event this Saturday. Headlining the fight night card at light heavyweight, Ulberg enters the cage with a lot on the line, not just personal pride, but a direct path toward a UFC championship opportunity. The 34-year-old Australian is riding an 8-fight winning streak and is coming off an impressive victory over former champion Jan Blachowicz, giving him momentum and confidence heading into this pivotal matchup. "It's a big opportunity for me," Ulberg told MMA Junkie. "I'll take it with both arms, grab it, and make a big thing of it. Come Saturday night, I'll show the world." His words reflect a fighter fully aware of the stakes, understanding that a dominant performance could cement him as a legitimate contender in one of the deepest divisions in the UFC. Ulberg knows that a strong showing, particularly a stoppage, could accelerate his journey toward a light heavyweight title fight, likely positioning him for a championship bout in early 2026. Despite being the betting favorite, Ulberg is not taking Reyes lightly. The former title challenger has proven himself at the highest level of the UFC, and Ulberg respects the challenge he presents. "He's done himself very well to get himself where he is," Ulberg said. "I do pay my respects to him. Respect is given where it's due. Going in there, that's all I have for him, is the respect. Hopefully after the fight we get to share a beer or something." This statement shows that while Ulberg is a fierce competitor, he maintains a level of sportsmanship, acknowledging the skills and accomplishments of his opponent while preparing to impose his own game plan. Ulberg is also ready for the grittier, more brutal aspects of a 5-round battle. "I'm technical, but when it comes to the nitty-gritty, I know that I have heart within me," he added. "If it comes down to the 5-rounders and we have to throw some leather and there's a lot of blood and missing teeth, then so be it. We'll have to make the kill." His words convey a fighter who is comfortable blending technical skill with aggression, prepared to push the pace and make adjustments as needed to secure the win. Ulberg's combination of strategy, precision, and toughness makes him a threat in any scenario, whether the fight plays out as a calculated technical battle or a brutal slugfest. A victory over Reyes would be a statement win, extending Ulberg's streak and solidifying his place among the UFC's top light heavyweights. The win would not only prove his readiness for a title shot, but also demonstrate his ability to perform under pressure in a high-profile main event. With the UFC light heavyweight division constantly evolving, a standout performance at Perth could put Ulberg in prime position to challenge for gold in 2026, giving fans a glimpse of a potential new contender ready to shake up the championship landscape. UFC Perth promises to be an electrifying night of action, and Ulberg's mindset suggests he's prepared to deliver. From his technical precision to his willingness to engage in high-stakes brawls, the Australian fighter is set to showcase the full breadth of his abilities. Whether it's through a calculated display of skill or a show-stopping finish, Ulberg is intent on making a mark that fans and pundits alike will remember, and potentially positioning himself as the next big name in the UFC light heavyweight division. This fight isn't just another bout on the card, it's a potential launching pad for Ulberg's championship aspirations, and he's making it clear that he plans to take full advantage of the opportunity. The Professional Fighters League is entering a new era under the leadership of newly appointed CEO John Martin, who is promising sweeping reforms to clarify the league's structure and championship system. Martin, formerly of Time Warner Inc.,
takes over from Peter Murray, who will now focus on PFL's international operations, including PFL MENA and PFL Africa. The leadership shift comes at a critical time, as the league seeks to unify its messaging and simplify its product following the integration of Bellator. Since acquiring Bellator, the PFL has faced criticism over its multiple championship belts and tournament formats, which many fans found confusing. Martin acknowledges this and is moving decisively to streamline the system. Historically, the PFL crowned champions through its season or tournament format, where the winner held the title for that year, Martin said in a recent press release. I recognize this created some confusion about who truly sat atop each division. That confusion grew when the PFL and Bellator merged, bringing in not only tournament champions, but also legacy Bellator champions who defended their belts, leaving fans unclear on who was the definitive champion in each weight class. To address this, Martin announced a new structure that will create a single, undisputed world champion in each division. We are now simplifying our championship system. Going forward, each division will have one PFL world champion, the single, undisputed title holder in that weight class. My goal is clear: one champion, one division, one world title. A system that is simple for athletes to chase and for PFL fans to follow. This approach is designed to eliminate ambiguity, making it easier for both fans and fighters to track champions and understand the stakes of each fight. Martin also addressed the league's unique titles, such as Francis Ngannou's super fight belt won in his PFL debut against Renan Ferreira. He clarified that these belts will now be reserved for occasional special events rather than regular seasonal championships. I also know there has been confusion around unique distinctions in the past, like the super fight title won by Francis Ngannou. That was a special, one-time designation. Going forward, those belts may be used only for occasional special events, and importantly, I will be engaging directly with Francis to determine what's next for him in the PFL. Ngannou's absence from PFL Africa earlier this year drew criticism, highlighting the need for clearer communication and a more consistent championship framework. Under Martin's leadership, the PFL is aiming to present a more cohesive product, combining the excitement of tournament formats with a clear, recognizable hierarchy of champions. This move is expected to help the league attract both new fans and top-tier fighters, who now have a transparent path to a world title. With the simplification of titles and a focus on undisputed champions, Martin hopes to solidify the PFL's identity as a premier global MMA organization, while continuing to build on the league's recent international expansion. By establishing one champion per division and reserving special belts for marquee events, the PFL is signaling a more professional and fan-friendly era. Fighters and fans alike will have a clearer understanding of what it takes to become a PFL champion, and the league's storylines and rankings will become easier to follow and more compelling. Martin's tenure promises to streamline operations, elevate the importance of each fight, and create a championship hierarchy that is simple, compelling, and globally recognizable.